Because I'm getting to see the picture. I'm happy we're talking about having this conversation, because the last we saw was an effort by some secret agencies, specifically the DSS, trying to sensitize the people. And but if you talk about the NOA and the Ministry of Information, if this is 2014, I still can remember vividly about MAMSA, Absolutely. Then it means that NOA has an issue on this particular matter.
Absolutely, absolutely. These are the things that bother Nigerians, and I keep worrying about the amount of time and money we devote to politics. It doesn't give us much value. We need to change our ways. We need to understand there is life beyond politics. Even as I speak, people, friends, relations have been calling me, what are you doing? Come and contest this, come and contest that. And I said to them, why must I contest? I'm not against contests, but why do you think I need to be validated as a successful Nigerian? That if I'm not a senator, or House of Reps member, or local chairman, or vice president, then nothing. We must change that. Overseas, people get appointed to higher offices and they say, sorry, we're not interested. I don't recall people here who are given any position and they turn it down. You can contribute to society without necessarily being a senator or House of Reps member. There are so many areas you can make contributions and change the lives of Nigerians, even the everyday community. Some of these persons who are spending billions of naira on adverts, you'll be shocked. If you go close to them, some of the family members cannot find money to pay white fees. It's as bad as that. But they don't mind spending billions seeking for elective office. The charity begins at home. If you can't take care of a better environment, if your relations are in penury, if they are uneducated, if they are going through difficult times and they don't need so much money to change their lives, you don't attend to them. But you're interested in spending billions of naira to attract votes of people who don't even know you well. If you show me what you've done locally, then I can trust with leadership.
You know, we cannot remove the fact that 2015, much as you're saying that the focus should not be on politics, we cannot ignore the fact that 2015 is almost upon us and the elections will take place in February. A lot of people are wondering, though, whether or not they will be shifted or, you know, whether or not it's going to happen. But pending when the announcement is made, the assumption is that elections are going to take place, and so politicians are politicking. And people will wonder if this is a time for the president to be addressing the National Assembly, especially considering what is going on now, and it would seem that there is a divided house. The party lines are rather stark right now, and do you think it would be politically wise for him to make that particular visit?
Let me say this to you. I believe that both those in governments and those who are currently in opposition should be seen to love Nigeria. Look, the president should be a statesman. He should rise above politics in many instances. I tell you, if I were the president, I would take a bipartisan position. Look, if I see that, for example, General Buhari and Senator Baba Tinubu have the capacity to influence members of the APC, the House of Reps, I will call them to a meeting and discuss with them privately. Look, our nation is in crisis. Some of the information we are not privy to, make them aware of some of them. Look at the situation, so we can't afford to play politics. I have seen the divide in the House of Reps, for example. You need to provide a sense of confidence, particularly with what happened with the regional police. That can only further antagonize government and make people in the House of Reps, for example, to be hardened in their positions. Because we're like a siege. That is not what we did. So a president should not just be interested in winning the election. A president should be interested in the legacy that he will leave behind when he finishes his presidency. We have all over the world presidents who had just one term and people will never forget them. And in Africa particularly, we've had presidents who have had 5 terms. including those who were disgraced out of office when they couldn't carry out attempts anymore. And yet, they are in the footnote of history. So it's not how long. It is how appropriately you have used the time given to you to better the lives of Nigerians. So I believe that in spite of politics, the president can take the initiative to put that aside and fight for the nation. We voted for him to rule the entire Nigeria. Right now, there are chances, if we don't buckle up, that he will end up in 2015 contesting the election to govern only a part of Nigeria. And that would be a disaster. And history will not forget to record that was during his tenure that the part of the nation was lost to insurgents. That is not a good testament for anybody. That's why I urge for the president to look beyond politics, to be more of a statesman than a politician. I know, of course, his party members will put pressure on him. Those who are angling to become minister 2015 will not want to hear what I'm saying. They are not interested. For them, everything is politics. That's what they want. But he is the president of Nigeria, of Abga people, of political members, of ABC members, of everybody. Even people who are political, he's a president. And that is why securing a nation is more critical than anything today. Because if you don't have peace and security, nothing actually works. In some parts of the Northeast now, schools are closed. How do you explain that to these innocent children?
And now shops are even closed
yes.
at the metro because of the 24-hour curfew. In closing, I was on the news last night, and one of the news item has to do with comment from Chief Edwin Clark talking about comments by politicians or people we have chosen to call statesmen, comments that can actually incite instead of mend and build the nation. He says, well, we should be wary of such comments. Is it too late in coming? Because we have heard so much from politicians before now, and it's just the eve of the election, and well, he's spoken again.
Well, Chief Edwin Clark is an advanced man, so when he speaks, we actually should listen. Some people seek to profit from the situation on ground. That's the truth. Just like some persons in Nigeria are very comfortable with our lack of progress because they benefit. Same way, generator sellers will be happy that PSN is not working well. That's the issue for you. But you see, the president of the nation has enormous powers. Look, if you read the Constitution of Nigeria, you'll find that the president is perhaps one of the most powerful presidents if he exercises his powers and uses them appropriately. The president has access to information that will enable him know where people should apply the brakes. So if people have gone beyond the line, there are steps that can be taken to deal with them. It goes beyond rhetorics. Incitement is never in the interest of the nation. We should rather join hands, support the military, because we need them to fight this war, just as they need us to win the war. Support them to the fullest in whatever way we can. Because even us in Lagos, we think we are safe. We are not. Look, our lives have been changed. In churches in Lagos, they've changed the configuration that you can't park close to the churches. Some churches have to park far away, and they walk to the church because of fear of Boko Haram. Yet, we don't have anyone in Lagos. So, this is a serious national issue, and I think all hands should be on deck.
Well, Ben Onuoha, who would like to thank you so very much for finding time to join us. He's a lawyer, and well, he's spoken on the need for us to come together, pull together, and fight the insurgents who are our common enemy, irrespective of what you believe in, your religion, your political leaning, and where you come from. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you, Slavin.
Well, so as it takes a moment now, we'll return shortly. Stay with us. Well, never have we had time to talk about our guest, but the tweets or the Twitter are buzz with so much of comments coming in from what Ben Onuoha did say. Well, support the military, support the country, build the nation, And those are some of the things that we want to hear from the NOA as well as the Ministry of Information and politicians, irrespective of what political party or color or emblem or insignia you have. Well, we're about to see a comment there, but let's hope that we can actually put everything together in the course of the week, and that's by Friday, and read some of these to you. We'd like to thank you so very much for being such nice company on the Sunrise Daily today. I'm Sulaiman Alede.
Well, thank you for your comments into it. Sam Maokwe Ogun.
Nam Neo Taigwe.
See you again.